Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Ain Shakira binti Muhammad Noor. Today I will present about the Environmental Quality Palm Oil on Pesticide Act 1974. Pesticides are used to increase agricultural productivity in Malaysian farms in order to prevent or eliminate yield losses, while maintaining high produce quality. These insecticides' high toxicity can be harmful to people and environmental health. Effect on that, the issue of illegal pesticides being dumped on the market and employed by farmers is becoming a major worry. To address these challenges, the Pesticides Act 1974 was enacted to control many aspects of pesticide and is applicable across Malaysia. The present Pesticide Act 1974 can be improved in the future to address the issue of unregistered pesticide by adding more improvements to the act that the problems can be reduced or eliminated. This summarized was discussing on how this act protecting the community and environmental health, the advantages of the Pesticide Act of 1974, and the requirements of the application of Pesticide Act 1974. Agriculture is a significant industry in Malaysia, accounting for a significant amount of national revenue. Pesticides are employed to improve agriculture production in Malaysian farms, just like the rest of the world, which farming practices employ pesticides on diverse vegetable, fruit, paddy, rubber, and palm oil crops. According to the Higgins and Burns 1975, pesticides are any material or chemical that is employed by humans to eradicate hazardous living creatures. Pesticides are chemicals that are used to control pests and weeds. They include herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, antimicrobials, and rodent repellents to decrease or eliminate output losses while maintaining high produce quality. We will move on how this act protecting the community and environmental health. First, the formation of the Pesticides Board under the Act aids in the management and regulation of pesticide use in Malaysia. This is due to the fact that, stated in Section 3, the board contains 40 members from elite agencies such as the Director General of Agriculture Chemistry, Malaysia Rubber Board, and so on. Furthermore, the board's formation is intended to make decisions on pesticides use policy. Members of the board have specialties in their respective fields, which might aid in reviewing the rules and regulation for better enforcement. Furthermore, the board's responsibility is to assess the marketability of pesticides. Second, the Pesticide Act specifies how to register pesticides and obtain permits to manage their sale, importation, and manufacture. This means that all pesticides used in the 5 countries are being evaluated before being sold. It must first be tested, those who provide misleading information while selling pesticides and those who conducted experiments and research on unregistered chemicals without license would face harsher penalties. Third, the Pesticides Act of 1974 regulates pesticide use through license or example, considering the pesticide manufacturer. Regulation of pest controller was created under the Pesticides Act to ensure that the pest controller has a license to ensure the effectiveness of pest control and does not represent a risk to human or the environment. Lastly, the Pesticide Act governs how pesticides are marked by manufacturer. This is necessary so that consumer may see pertinent information regarding chemicals such as common name, usage, structural formula, code, color, and safety risk by pesticide classification. Now we will move to the requirement. First, registration and licensing. The Act establishes a registration process for pesticides requiring manufacturer and importers to obtain license for their products. The registration process usually involves scientific evaluation and assessment of the pesticide efficiency, safety, and environmental impact. Second is quality control. The Act sets standards for pesticides quality, including the maximum allowable limits for impurities, contaminants, and toxic substances. It empowers regulatory authorities to conduct inspections, size substandard products, and take legal actions against violators. Third is labeling and packaging. The Act mandates that pesticide containers bear accurate and comprehensive labels containing information such as the active ingredient, instructions for use, dosage precautionary measure, and safety warnings. Prohibitions and restrict use is the fourth point. The Act identifies certain pesticides or classes of pesticides that are prohibited or restricted for use due to their high toxicity, environmental persistence, or potential harm to human health. It may also include guidelines for the safe handling, storage, and disposal of pesticides. The fifth one is the training and certification. The Act may require training and certification programs for pesticide handlers, applicators, and other professionals involved in the pesticide industry. This program aims to ensure that individuals handling pesticide have the necessary knowledge and skills to use them safely and effectively. Last but not least is monitoring and enforcement. The Act establishes a regulatory authority responsible for monitoring compliance with pesticide regulations and enforcing penalties for violation. This authority may conduct inspections, collect samples, conduct investigations, and take legal action against offenders. First is protecting human health. The Act establishes a framework for evaluating and regulating pesticides to ensure that they are safe for human use. It requires extensive testing and evaluation of pesticides before they can be approved for use, reducing the risk of exposure to harmful chemicals and protecting public health. Second is environmental protection. Pesticides Act aims to protect the environment by regulating the use of pesticides and preventing their misuse. The Act requires the assessment of potential ecological risks associated with pesticides, ensuring that they do not harm on non-target organisms, such as beneficial insects, wildlife, and aquatic life. Third is promoting sustainable agriculture. Pesticide Act encourage the use of integrated pest management (IPM) practices, which focus on minimizing pesticide use and relying on alternative pest control methods. This approach reduces the reliance on chemical pesticide, promotes sustainable agriculture practices, and minimize the potential negative impact on ecosystem. Fourth is ensuring pesticide efficiency. Provide scientific data on the effectiveness of their pesticide products. This ensures that pesticides on the market are capable of controlling pests effectively, reducing crop losses, and supporting efficient pest management practices. The fifth one is increasing transparency and information sharing. The Act requires manufacturers to disclose information about the composition, toxicity, and potential hazards of their pesticide products. This promotes transparency in the industry, enabling farmers, consumers, and regulatory agencies to make informed decisions regarding pesticide use and potential risks. The last one is providing legal framework for enforcement. Pesticide Act establishes penalties and enforcement mechanism to determine the misuse and illegal sale of pesticide. This helps prevent unregulated or dangerous pesticides from entering the market and provides a legal framework for addressing violations and holding individuals or companies accountable for non-compliance. Environmentally sensitive, this contributes to its sustainability and it earned global renown despite the fact that it faced other obstacles in the global palm economy. Instead of the advantageous provisions of this act, the Pesticide Act should be able to prohibit any importation of unregistered pesticide that may enter in any manner. To summary, the existing Pesticide Act of 1974 can be improved in the future to address unregistered pesticide issues can be reduced or eliminated by making more improvements to this act.